Hello and welcome to Issues and Society. I am super duper excited today because it's Christmas. My name is Zainab Ubitin. Today, we shall continue with a special report on power. We need power to celebrate Christmas. We need electricity to enjoy our Christmas. So our focus today shall be on Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company PLC. So don't go away. It's going to be super interesting.
With an ever-evolving society, there are everyday issues in the marketplace, in government, in our social lives, even in our homes. Issues and Society brings these happenings to you. Join us on this station. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 081 100 00712, or better still, follow us on our social media handles.
The power sector in Nigeria generates, transmits and distributes megawatts of electric power to meet the basic needs of households and industries. There are 23 power generating plants connected to the national grid with the capacity to generate a large amount of electricity. These plants are managed by generation companies GENCOs, independent power providers and the Niger Delta Power Holding Company NDPHC. The National Integrated Power Project NIPP was conceived in 2004 as a fast-track government-funded initiative to stabilize the nation's electricity power supply, while the private sector-led structure of the Electric Power Sector Reform Act (EPSRA) of 2005 took effect. The federal government incorporated the Niger Delta Power Holding Company Limited as a limited liability company to serve as a legal vehicle to hold the National Integrated Power Project (NIPP) assets using private sector best business practices. The decisions of the NDPHC have revitalized NIPP to add new capacity to Nigeria's electricity supply system for the benefit of consumers throughout the country. Nigeria's power sector was unbundled and partially privatized to establish a competitive market intended to improve management and efficiency, attract private investment, increase generation, and provide reliable and cost-efficient power supply. In Nigeria, electrical power generated by the GENCOs is used to power the grid through the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TNC). Electricity is distributed through the transmission of electric power from the Transmission Company of Nigeria to the distribution companies DISCOs, primary substations, then to the secondary distribution system, and finally to the end consumers. In response to the increase in Nigeria's demographic figures over the decades, which is put at over 200 million, and the lack of commensurate increase in energy supply to meet the country's growing economic and infrastructural development objective, the federal government of Nigeria realized that there was the need to break up the defunct National Electric Power Authority (NEPA) into small, effective units, as adequate and efficient electric power is a major factor in modern industrial development. The unbundling of NEPA started when President Olusegun Obasanjo signed into law the Electric Power Sector Reform Act (EPSR) Act, which led to the formation of the Power Holding Company of Nigeria (PHCN) with a transitory framework in March 2005. By this act, NEPA was unbundled into 18 companies, 6 generation companies, 1 transmission company, and 11 distribution companies. All were issued operations licenses. On its part, TCN was on 1st July 2006 issued a transmission license with the responsibilities of wheeling power at high voltage, operate the national grid, and market operation service. TCN is spread across the country with 10 transmission regions in Lagos, Osogbo, Kaduna, Kano, Bauchi, Shiroro, Enugu, Benin, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. A national control center at Osogbo, 3 supplementary national control centers at Shiroro, Benin, and Lagos, and 10 regional control centers. The Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution PLC (PHED) is one of the 11 licensed electricity distribution companies in Nigeria that came into existence on November 1st, 2013, when the federal government of Nigeria unbundled the electricity sector and handed over the ownership of electricity distribution to the private sectors in Nigeria. Pre-privatization, the company was formerly part of the National Electric Power Authority (NEPA) and the Power Holding Company of Nigeria (PHCN) PLC. Bucked with demand and supply challenges, PHCN was unbundled, leading to the creation of the generation and distribution companies in the power sector, one of which is the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution. As at June 2022, the ownership of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution (PHED) PLC was by the federal government of Nigeria and 4 Power Consortium. The federal government is holding 40% shares, while the controlling stake of 60% shares is held by 4 Power Consortium. Having obtained the status of a licensed distribution company by the federal government of Nigeria in 2013, the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution PLC reserves the mandate to receive 6.5% of electricity allocation from the national grid, distribute the energy, bill and collect energy revenue for services provided to end users. Currently, the company serves over 14 million households in its franchise area covering Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, and Rivers State. Its corporate headquarters is in Port Harcourt, the capital city of Rivers State. The company is currently led by Dr. Benson Uweru as the Managing Director and CEO.
My name is Dr. Benson Uweru, MD CEO of Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company. Our head office is in Port Harcourt, which is the headquarters of capital city of Rivers State, and we operate across 4 states: Rivers, Cross River, Bayelsa, and Akwa Ibom. Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company was founded on the 1st of November 2013, following the privatization of the federal government, which led to the unbundling of PHCN, which was formerly NEPA. And that unbundling led to the investment by core investors to now privatize the DISCO, in addition to other 10, which is now making 11 DISCOs in Nigeria. And that's a summary of the DISCO. Our vision is to be the #1 electricity distribution company in Nigeria across our chosen markets. Our core values are teamwork, reliability, integrity, customer service, and excellence.
The company serves her esteemed customers through a regional structure with feeders offices spread across its franchise area to enable customers gain easy access for service-related issues. The Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution (PHED) PLC was founded on a solid vision to be the #1 electricity distribution company in its chosen markets. While its mission is to supply quality and reliable power safely to its valued customers to ignite socio-economic growth while relying on its highly innovative and motivated workforce.
Our vision is to be the #1 electricity distribution company in Nigeria across our chosen markets. Our core values are teamwork, reliability, integrity, customer service, and excellence. That we are a team that works with reliability and integrity towards providing quality customer service with excellence. Now, when you rehash that statement, what it tells you that as a company, we believe that the sum of all of us is greater than each individual. So we must band together. We are a team. We work with reliability. What it means is that we are consistent, we are dependable, we are honest. And integrity. Integrity speaks to professionalism. Our word is our bond. And then, of course, to provide quality customer service. We believe that our customers are the reason why we're in business. Without power distribution, the customers do not have an experience. What we have done is to say, let us go beyond just satisfying the customer. Let's give them an experience. So we have a 24-hour call center dedicated to resolving customer complaints, customer challenges, and ensuring that in a timely manner, our customers have the experience that leaves them with a sense of loyalty to Phed. We believe that corporate social responsibility should not be a transactional thing or relationship, but should be more strategic. So we have a corporate social responsibility program, which is deeply tied to our corporate identity as a company. Giving back to society should not be a transactional thing. It should be an intentional strategy designed by the company. So what we've done is to have a program which we've now implemented. The program is cut across a number of areas. Education is one of them. In fact, just this week, we have a quiz competition for schools in River States. Catch them young children in primary school will be involved in quiz competition. And then, of course, prizes will be given to the winners. We also undertake paying school fees for underprivileged children where, based on verification, they're not able to meet the obligation. We've also decided to commence the scholarship program across the 4 states where we empower young, dynamic, intelligent, and smart children who are underprivileged, and then we can see them up to university level. It's a wonderful program which we believe is in line with our corporate social responsibility agenda as a company. We also support widows, okay, who are unable to meet their obligations, and the year is coming to an end. We have a program which is dedicated to empowering widows, across our 4 states. Now, this is in addition to some of the interventions which we do from time to time, as part of, our corporate social responsibility. So we have a deliberate program for CSR, and of course, working with the state government, supporting the government, across the states, and of course, the communities where we operate. We also have a community engagement strategy, which is designed to promote our CSR from time to time, and that has been very, very successful. So we believe that this is one way to demonstrate that we are a responsible organization and we're also responsive. We want to improve and increase our CSR activities in the new year.
In its quest to achieve the above business pledge, the company has taken a resolute position to collaborate with various relevant stakeholders and state governments in its franchise area to execute strategic customer-oriented projects.
Using technology, using smart metering, we also have what we call meter data management system, MDMS, which is able to read, meters and not to store data, and that data is used, to do some analysis, in terms of the usage and the potential loss of revenue as a result of the bypass or energy theft, as it were. And of course, the boots on ground, which is revenue protection team, now follow up to recover. So the mandate is protect, detect, and recover. So this is a reality that we have to deal with. It's a major challenge, I must tell you. And we are on top of it. We are fully committed to ensuring that we reduce our losses through energy theft, and of course, continue to collaborate with the critical stakeholders, in this case, the security agencies, because there's no way you can successfully detect and recover if you don't have the support of the security agencies. On public resumption, one of the first things I did was to engage with the security apparatus within our franchise areas, the police, military, Navy, the SSS, including the civil defense, and all critical stakeholders on the security side. And on the regulatory side, the judiciary is also very important, the legislature, the state government. They are critical stakeholders in helping us detect and recover the losses arising from energy theft.
Post-privatization, the company inherited a myriad of operational challenges and have successfully achieved the following milestones: network rehabilitation and upgrading of installed capacity, 66% growth on collections, a remodeled state-of-the-art 24/7 call center IVR, state-of-the-art GIS in-house developed network operations management system, in-house studio with capacity to interact with multimedia platforms in real time with its customers, and live studio interactive interviews. Effective host community management strategy, purchase of 50 brand new line patrol vehicles. Human capital development, a well-equipped in-house repairs and maintenance workshops, and overhauling and automation of its operations.
These achievements could not have happened without the support of the board of directors. I think the company is blessed to have some of the best minds to sit on the board. And the board has provided, very strategic support for the company, ensuring that we are able to achieve some of the results that we can now talk about. Without the board of directors, we would not have been able to do what we've done. So I want to say thank you to the board of directors and for their contribution and for their support in ensuring that the company continues to thrive against the challenges and achieve its mandate. So training and development is now a major part of our organizational development agenda. So what we've done is there's what we call KESS, which is the Knowledge Experience Sharing Session, KESS, Knowledge Experience Sharing Session. So through that session, which happens now on a weekly basis, knowledge areas, are being shared, are being discussed. And we have training experts and facilitators who come to train our staff, and these are across our franchise areas. We've also had guest facilitators who come in to train our people. But what we have decided to do is to have a training curriculum, a training plan, which is now being finalized. And that training plan is from a training needs analysis. So a training needs analysis which has been done across the 4 states where we operate to identify the critical training needs and the gaps, for every category of workforce that we have in a disco. And following that report, a training calendar and a curriculum will be launched officially, in January. And that will run, for the whole of the year. And we hope that we will use that, to increase and also enhance the knowledge base of our people in order for them to continue to add value to the company. We received a couple of awards, but we had to turn down some awards because we believe that we should be recognized for work done and the value that we create. So the accolades, the awards have been a reflection of the turnaround and the transformation, which is now yielding results. And the workforce also, which have been very much involved in demonstrating that they are fully committed to the transformation of the company, is the reason behind the awards. Okay, so we've received award as Distribution Company of the Year. We received award for excellence, exceptional leadership, and of course, award for contributing to the environment. So these are some of the awards that you see there, and they are awards that are dedicated to the workforce of the company. And as the chief servant of the company, as the CEO, my responsibility is going to inspire our workforce, to motivate them, to give them enthusiasm and a sense of belonging. And like I always say, the company belongs to you, the workforce, because without them, there is no PhD.
There are several infractions confronting and threatening the corporate existence of the company. They constitute serious challenges to the business operations. These challenges ranges from, but not limited to, energy theft, meter bypass, staff assault, vandalism, entitlement mentality, and non-payment of energy bills.
Some of the challenges facing our operation, which is a pain point for me and the leadership team, is vandalism. we have seen a rise of vandalism. Some strange practice of people vandalizing power infrastructure is unthinkable, is unbelievable, and sometimes, makes you really worried that in spite of all the investments made by investors to bring power to our people are still involved in vandalizing power infrastructure, stealing power infrastructure, and of course, bypassing meters. These and many more, are critical challenges, because you cannot explain how cable and poles are vandalized, transformers are vandalized, and sometimes it's beyond explanation. And therefore, I think it's an opportunity to appeal to all stakeholders, particularly to communities where we have power infrastructure assets, to work with us to protect those assets, because those critical assets are useful for distributing power to them. When people complain that they don't have light in their houses or in their offices, sometimes when we go and do our finding, we find out that in most cases it's due to vandalism. Some third party would have collided or colluded with other elements to vandalize our infrastructures. So we appeal to stop vandalism, stop energy theft, stop meter bypass, and stop all acts that are inimical to the growth of the disco. And this is not just for Port Harcourt. Across Nigeria, wherever you see power assets, protect them, and let's all truly be stakeholders for the greater good. Because if we are able to improve power supply, I'm sure it will reduce insecurity. I'm sure it will reduce unemployment. I'm sure it will reduce some of the menace that has become a bane for economic growth in our society. Everyone is needed to collaborate to make this happen.
With an ever-evolving society, there are everyday issues in the marketplace, in government, in our social lives, even in our homes. Issues and Society brings these happenings to you. Join us on this station. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 081 100 00712, or better still, follow us on our social media handles.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. That is Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company there. I like to say this, I'm really, really disappointed on people who goes about to vandalize the equipment of the discos. This is very bad. Let's stop it as a country if we want to move forward. We've come to the end of today's broadcast, but before I go, Christmas is the right time to express our profound gratitude to our clients and, of course, our viewers out there for being so supportive all through the year. We wish you a peaceful holiday season, have a wonderful Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I also like to wish one of our favorite guests on the program, Otumba Abiodun Ajiboye. He's the Assistant Director, Media and Publicity of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. Otumba, it's your birthday, and we say happy birthday to you. We wish you a long life and prosperity. Thank you for watching. See you next week. I remain Zainab Obetin. Should you miss any of our broadcasts today, you can follow us on our social media handle. Merry Christmas.